WH question words. What are WH questions? WH questions begin with a question word starting with WH, or how. These questions ask for specific information rather than a yes/no answer. Each WH word is used to ask about different types of information. List of common WH question words and their uses. Question word. Who? Used to ask about? A person. Example question. Who is your teacher? Question word. What? Used to ask about? A thing, idea, or action. Example question. What is that noise? Question word. Why? Used to ask about? Reason or purpose. Example question. Why are you late? Question word. When? Used to ask about? Time. Example question. When is your birthday? Question word. Where? Used to ask about? Place or location. Example question. Where do you live? Question word. Which? Used to ask about? Choice or selection. Example question. Where do you live? WH question examples. Who? Asking about people. Who is your best friend? Who called you last night? Who is sitting in my chair? Who do you want to meet? Who helped you with your homework? Who is knocking at the door? Who do you trust the most? Who wants to join the game? Who is your favorite actor? Who came to the party last night? Who is responsible for this mess? Who took my pen? Who is calling you? Who lives in that house? Who told you the secret? Who teaches you math? Who was the first person on the moon? Who made this delicious cake? Who is in charge here? Who do you admire? What? Asking about things, ideas, or actions. What is your name? What are you doing? What did you eat for lunch? What is that on the table? What time is the meeting? What is your favorite food? What did you say? What does she do for a living? What are you thinking about? What kind of music do you like? What happened here? What's wrong with your phone? What should we do next? What do you mean? What's the answer to this question? What do you do on weekends? What's your biggest dream? What makes you happy? What's your favorite movie? What time do you usually wake up? Why? Asking for a reason. Why are you crying? Why did she leave early? Why do you want this job? Why is he angry? Why should I trust you? Why did you quit your job? Why are you so tired today? Why didn't you answer my call? Why do you love reading? Why is she laughing? Why were you absent yesterday? Why do you want to travel? Why are they fighting? Why is the baby crying? Why does he always interrupt? Why can't I open this file? Why do people lie? Why are we waiting here? Why did she move to another city? Why is learning English important? When? Asking about time. When is your birthday? When does the movie start? When will you be home? When did you last see him? When can we meet? When will you call me? When did the train leave? When are we going shopping? When does school start? When do you usually sleep? When is your next exam? When did you get home? When are they arriving? When did it happen? When should we meet? When was your last holiday? When do you feel most energetic? When will he be back? When did she start working here? When do the stores close? Where? Asking about place or location. Where do you live? Where are my keys? Where do we meet? Where is the nearest hospital? Where did they go yesterday? Where is your phone? Where did you find this? Where do you want to go? Where's the restroom? Where should we eat tonight? Where does he study? Where can I park my car? Where did she buy that dress? Where are we meeting later? Where are you coming from? Where are my shoes? Where can I get a taxi? Where do your parents live? Where is she working now? Where did you learn that? Which? Asking to choose between options. Which one is your car? Which dress should I wear? Which book do you prefer? Which road leads to the station? Which subject do you find easiest? Which way is faster? Which bag is yours? Which pen do you prefer? Which dessert would you like? Which team are you supporting? Which phone do you use? Which room is available? Which bus goes to downtown? Which dress looks better on me? Which of these books have you read? Which color suits me? Which one is cheaper? Which movie are we watching? Which app do you recommend? Which place did you enjoy the most?